I tried to keep it cute, but I can't. Jamal Bryant's wife looked absolutely stunning in that dress. The dress looked beautiful. Her shape, everything about it. It was just beautiful, right? But as someone who's supposed to be representing the kingdom of God, it should not have been worn outside of the house. Simple as that. It's literally that simple, y'all. Here's the thing. People be like, oh, well, she wasn't going to church. Oh, well, she wasn't doing da-da-da-da. We are the church. And wherever we go, we're supposed to be representing God. Therefore, what we wear, how we present ourselves, it matters. She didn't look like she was representing the kingdom of God that day.
Tell me this didn't catch your eye instantly. Everybody saw their favorite Atlanta pastor's wife step out at that fundraising gala dressed like she was headed to a high fashion runway, not a church event. The moment those photos hit, church folks went into full meltdown mode. No filter, no mercy.
Jamal Brown, where all that is in the Bible? Okay. I bought the dress. Is that in the Old Testament or the New Testament? She married to me. Is that in Proverbs or Galatians? Which, everything that you said, was that before or after Moses parted the Red Sea?
The backlash came fast and loud, and it hasn't slowed down for a second. Ever since then, Jamal Bryant and his wife, Dr. Carrie Turner Bryant, have been stuck in straight damage control mode. Jamal jumped out front defending her, saying what she wears is nobody's business but his. But this whole situation feels less like a misunderstanding and more like a line testing moment. Almost like they're pushing to see how much heat people will tolerate before snapping back.
A preacher presented his wife the other day, and I guess you call that a flesh-colored dress. I don't know. It's black dress and flesh color. It gives the illusion that she's not wearing anything underneath. And I heard the preacher, when he defended her dress, by saying, first of all, he bought the dress. And then he said, I want to address people who don't know anything, who haven't been anywhere, who don't know nothing. So I guess our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public, looking like a $2 whore. Two, at least two. Now, I didn't say she was. I'm not talking about her. My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife, and he said he bought the dress. Those are his words, not mine.
And the pastor's wife looks completely over it, clapping back at critics and crashing out in real time. The internet, of course, wasted no time putting them on full blast. Old clips, past behavior, screenshots, all resurfacing like clockwork. People are saying if Jamal and Carrie want influencer energy, then maybe the pulpit isn't the lane anymore because nobody is tiptoeing around respectability politics for them now. So here's where it officially kicked off. On December 20th, 2025, Jamal Bryant and Dr. Carrie Turner Bryant pulled up to the 42nd annual UNC Mayor's Masquerade Ball. Black tie, elite crowd, heavy hitters everywhere, all to raise money for HBCUs. And instead, the fashion moment stole the entire spotlight.
Yeah, I think, there is really an unexpected hope that has come with it that I didn't expect that it would ignite in people. And so I think that hope has been for folks who have been married before, divorced before, or just searching for love, true love for the first time that had not found it. We've gotten so many emails and messages and stories of people who have been renewed in their hope of love because of our story and what we've been able to share.
Let's be clear first. The mission itself was a success. Historically, Black colleges and universities won big that night because the event pulled in a reported $4 million for the cause, which is huge and well-deserved. But let's not pretend that's what had the internet spiraling, because it absolutely wasn't. What really set things off was when Jamal Bryant and Dr. Carrie Turner Bryant stepped out in full black tie mode and the cameras locked in. The moment the lights hit Dr. Carrie, people did a double take. That black mermaid-style dress hugged her perfectly. The nude underlay blended seamlessly with her skin tone, and her face card was doing overtime.
When he bought her the dress and she put it on, they knew the stir that their dress was gonna cause, being flesh-colored. But being a minister and a first lady, you're not new to this. And yes, we all know that the dress isn't actually see-through. It is an illusion. I just don't know where the illusion of nudity fits in with being a first lady. I mean, for me, I feel like there's certain things that you don't expect from certain people.
No debate there. She looked good, real good. But here's where the side eye came in heavy. That look would have eaten on a reality TV star or influencer shoot, no problem. Even Beyonce would have shut it down in that outfit. But folks were not ready to see that energy coming from a pastor's wife, especially from a church already accused of pushing boundaries. And the backlash didn't come out of nowhere. Churchgoers have been questioning Jamal and Kari's relationship from day one because the timeline never sat right. Before becoming his wife, Dr. Kari was a co-pastor at New Birth in Atlanta, meaning she was essentially an employee while Jamal ran the church. That alone had people calling conflict of interest. Things got even messier when blogger Tasha K put the relationship under a microscope. Reports started circulating that while they were technically single when exposed, the two had allegedly been involved for years, back when Jamal was still very much married. And that's the part critics say crosses the line and explains why this gala moment exploded the way it did.
I divorced because of my infidelity, not because of irreconcilable differences, but because I broke that covenant. And so I had to go through a healing process for myself on what is it that was in me that would go outside of the bounds of my covenant, my agreement, and to risk my family for somebody I never wanted to be with.
Let's clear one thing up right now. Dr. Kari was not the first wife, not even close. That title belongs to Giselle Bryant. And inside the church, that history was never a secret. Over time, people started noticing Dr. Kari getting special treatment, and it rubbed a lot of folks the wrong way. Whispers turned into side eyes, and side eyes turned into full conversations behind closed doors. Instead of addressing the tension head on, Jamal Bryant and Dr. Kari Turner Bryant just kept pushing forward. No explanations, no transparency, just vibes. Then once they got married, the story suddenly shifted into a narrative about overcoming obstacles and bringing hope, which many church members felt was more spin than substance. Now that Dressgate is blowing up, people are revisiting Jamal's past and saying this pattern didn't start yesterday. Folks have long argued that Jamal operated more like a community-appointed figure than a spiritual leader, and some even question whether New Birth should be viewed as a traditional church at all. And this is where the history really gets uncomfortable.
Secure, jealous, petty, small-minded. People got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you got to help some people because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing, furthermore, I needed to set the record straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it.
Back in 2007, reports surfaced alleging Jamal had an inappropriate relationship with an adult church member that resulted in a pregnancy. According to long-circulating claims, financial offers were allegedly made to keep the situation quiet. But when that didn't work, the story still refused to disappear. Despite all of that, Jamal went on to secure a position within the African Methodist Episcopal Church in Baltimore.
Of the value of a man. Don't look at his house, don't look at his car. Look at his wife. And anybody who looks at my wife will think I'm a billionaire because of the richness of her personality, the wealth of her character, and the span of her beauty.
Critics say it was his father, Bishop John Bryant, working quietly behind the scenes that helped make sure the consequences never went beyond a light tap on the wrist. And that's why this moment feels bigger than just a dress. Now, allegedly, and emphasis on allegedly, this wasn't the only time Jamal Bryant was accused of stepping outside the lines.
The dress on the hanger is one thing. You put the dress on, it's another thing. It brings on a new life.
Sure.
She walks out of the room in the dress.
Yes.
Before the event, was the first time you saw her in the dress?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Why do we need to leave?
Word around the church for years has been that during his Morehouse days, he fathered a child with a woman in Baltimore. Reports claim that child was kept far away from family events and official photos, all because it didn't fit the polished image Jamal was trying to sell at the time. And the rumors don't stop there. Some people online are saying his situation could be messier than what's publicly known, with claims floating around that there may be more children out there that never made it into the spotlight. No confirmations, just whispers that refuse to die down. Things get even heavier when people bring up his ex-wife, Giselle Bryant. There have long been online claims that the marriage took a serious emotional toll on her, with supporters saying she went through intense stress and breakdowns during that period. To this day, critics argue Jamal has never truly been held accountable by his church for the impact of that relationship, and that lack of consequences is why he and his new wife move like nothing can touch them. Even with all this noise, Jamal still took the pulpit and brushed off the backlash, saying people were just upset because they don't attend high-profile events and don't understand black tie fashion. He doubled down hard, saying he picked out the dress himself, and if anyone had an issue with it, they should bring that smoke directly to him. And just like that, the controversy went from fashion debate to full-blown power move. Now, is it just me? Or does the way Jamal Bryant talks in interviews not sound very pastor-like at all? Go back and listen closely because the tone alone had people raising eyebrows immediately. There's a sharp edge to it, almost like he's daring critics to say something louder. And when it comes to his wife, she clearly isn't fazed one bit.
I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife, dress I felt was very appropriate for the occasion. We were not at a church event, we were at a black tie gala.
From the outside looking in, Dr. Carey seems locked into her confidence, moving forward like she's going to keep dressing how she wants no matter how loud the church folks get. That energy alone is what's keeping this conversation alive and heated. But for many people, this was never just about a dress. The outfit became the final spark, sitting on top of years of unresolved tension, unanswered questions, and long-standing criticism surrounding Jamal's leadership. That's why the internet is doubling down, saying it's time for him to reflect instead of acting untouchable and dismissive. Critics are now revisiting his sermons, his relationships, and his public conduct, questioning whether his actions consistently match the expectations of spiritual leadership. Some religious leaders have even weighed in, saying appearance and presentation matter when you hold a role like this. One bishop publicly stated that Jamal presented his wife in a way he felt was inappropriate for church leadership standards, and that comment alone poured gasoline on the fire. At this point, the backlash isn't slowing down, it's escalating, and people are watching closely to see if accountability ever enters the picture. And this right here is why people stay questioning organized religion. Watching Jamal Bryant use the pulpit to publicly defend his wife's outfit is exactly what turns folks off, because it felt less like leadership and more like deflection. Instead of accountability, we got attitude, and that's what really rubbed people the wrong way. At the end of the day, the dress became a symbol, not the root problem. So now the question is simple and loud. Was that outfit appropriate for a pastor's wife at a faith-adjacent event? Or did Jamal and his wife push it way too far and double down instead of reading the room? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I already know opinions are split. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video so the conversation keeps going. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.